Welcome to Kung Fu Havoc number 2. We are about to go live on Instagram, another weapons demonstration. So let's hope this works. Hello, TikTokers. Oh, now it's live. Hello, TikTokers. Not going to be on here long. I'm going to pull out some prop weapons and do a weapons demonstration just because I haven't done a weapons demonstration on here in fucking forever. So, also, my lives were blocked for a little bit. Like, I couldn't guest in people's lives. So, I'm not going to be here long. I'm losing light. So, we're going to do a couple of choice weapons, and I'm going to end with bound fighting. So, I'm going to do nunchucks and kamas, and then the yellow chain, and then I'm going to be done with doing the bound fighting where the gloves will come off, so I can teach you some shit. You can also find this on Kung Fu Havoc number 2 if you miss anything. I did blue nunchucks for Instagram, so I'm going to do red nunchucks for YouTube. Now, there are a lot of nunchuckers out here, so they're either going to agree or disagree, but I'm going to teach you the truth as best I see it. So you have ranges for your chucks at the tip, short range, in the middle, mid-range, at the end, long range. Now you times that times the length of your arm. You can put it down by your foot. Long range, the bottom of my chuck is on the ground. I hope that you guys can see it. You probably can. Mid-range is up close to my ankle, and then just below my knee for short range. Now also, I need you guys to understand, please do not attempt any of this stuff that you see at home. Looks like my Instagram either just got blocked or banned. So anything that bounces off, it comes right back to you. I don't know what's going on with my TikTok. I have no idea what just... Oh shit, my phone just fell. Okay, TikTok's still going strong. Sorry about that, y'all. I thought my shit just went like complete blank. How you doing, Brother Broly? Anyhow, freaking I don't know how long I'm gonna be on because I don't have a lot of light, and for some reason it's not inviting. But your voice, if you come on, you should know that your voice will be on YouTube. Okay, anyway, so moving on. When you hit somebody with your nunchuck, regardless of what range you have, it generally will bounce back at you. You do not want that, so be very careful and advised while swinging your nunchucks. Alright? So you also really have up strike and down strike from the left or the right. So you have 1, 2, and you have down, and you have up. So what you're not going to do is take these into a fight. Especially if you fight someone who actually knows how to use these things, because they're just going to take them from you and they're going to abuse you. I'm sorry. They are literally they're going to walk the floor with you. And there'll be nothing you can really do about it. Okay, that's my rope stuff. Sorry. Got a little confused on where my stuff is at. So, this here, good for practicing at home. Okay? Only at home. You are not going to get the chance to do this shit in a fight. Alright? At best, that's going to happen. Alright? Now, if you're in a fight, this is your only options. Boom, 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 boom. Now, you notice what I got here, I didn't bring it under. I mean, you can do that, but you're in a fight. Things aren't going to be moving slow. They're going to be moving fast. You're going to either have tunnel vision or battle cognition, and if you haven't really been in a fight where weapons have been involved, this is not the thing for you. If you do not know how to use weapons, do not bring weapons to a fight. It can only work bad for you. So, if you do know how to use weapons, do not bring weapons to a fight. Again, it can only work bad for you because you don't know who you're fighting. So, boom, boom. That's mid-range. That gets them enough. This is long range. I'll go so you can see the distance, mid-range, and short range. Now, if they're close, you're gonna need short range. If they're far enough away where you can get them before they get to you. That's long range. Mid range, it's already too late. So, boom, boom. Now, you don't have to follow my opinion, but I am going to honestly tell you, you don't want to get into a fight with these things. And if you have to use these bitches, you might be better off, especially if you don't know how to use them, to just boom, boom, instead of versus full extension. Because sometimes a person's coming at you, this isn't always going to work. So you need to be ready. So another thing you can do, someone's coming at you, boom, if you miss that swing, you're dust. Or you can do the easy route. Don't even use these. They're coming at you, boom, boom, now use them. Or if they're coming at you, boom, and you hit them in the chin, boom, boom, they should go down. But if they don't, you're going to need to use these a lot. Now, the downside of bringing a weapon to a fight, in case no one's told you, I'll be the first. A weapon is an advantage that can be taken from you at any time. Do not bring a weapon to a fight because it might be your very last fight. The end. I'm going to get the commas now. These are training commas. They are solid wood. These are going to be your do's and your don'ts. Okay, so let's go with the don'ts. First, when you block, you stab and you don't pull it out, whip it around, and go back. Because as cool as that may look in the movies, you won't get the chance in real life. So in real life, you're due. Block, stab, stab, stab. Pull it back out, stab some more. But do not block, stab, whip in the net. Because you may drop the weapon. Looks more like this. Block, stab, whoop. Usually it will fly right out my hand. So it's hard for me to do it on purpose. Block, stab, there. So the simulation would be for me to do when I block and I stab rather. When I stab again, I'm pulling out, I'm whipping it around, and I'm doing that. So it's kind of hard for me to get it to not do that because I'm trying to never drop the weapon while doing this demonstration. But boom, boom, there. The other side of that is that this is a blade. So, damn it, when you're whipping it, there's a good chance that you can cut through your arm with your own blade, which is the main reason why you don't do that. So generally, you keep it real. Block, stab, stab. And when I say stab, usually when people fought with commas, they were fighting people who wore armor. So these is basically considered can openers. Boom, boom, boom. Which also works against you if you do something stupid. Like block, stab, whip out, whip it around, and cut. Now you see me cut that. 9 times out of 10, every time I try to demonstrate this, damn thing falls on the ground. Now if you're going to fight like this, where your hand is odd and your other hand's not, so, you know, you can stab this way and cut that way, or you can block and then cut this way. You'll figure out what works for you while training. But understand something. Commas are not something to play with. That would have cut my arm right in a vital spot. I probably would have bled out before the guy even got here. So when you are training with these things, unless you got the filed ones like they do in all the demonstrations where they just are shiny because they're supposed to be and not sharp, my real ones are in there. If I pull one of these moves like that, all of that would have just got ripped right off. Which is again why this, save for movies, this is what works. So block, stab, now you know why you don't do that. So again, block, stab, stab, not block, stab, whip out, whip around, and then cut. No, you don't want to do that. Now, by the magic of my imagination, these are now tonfas. I can't afford tonfas, just so people know. Tonfas are really good. You will find what works for you. I am an outside to inside person, which means it comes outside versus coming inside. Now, for me, that works, but fair warning, if you have tonfas, you can break your own rib being an inside to outside person, because you can come out, if you don't get full extension, you hit your rib, you're going to freaking know it. So, outside to inside, away from the body, toward the body. I understand how I got full reach before I could do that. Where here, I don't necessarily have to have full reach, but I can get more momentum from my outside versus my inside. All right. So if I block and then I strike, I'm good. Or if I block and then I strike, I'm good. Now, for all martial art purposes, tonfas can be used in both kung fu and karate, or actually in any martial art. Just depends on your weapon of choice. All right. It's very good to be well-rounded with weapons than to just be based on one, because you just never know who you're gonna have to combat. But if you're based on one, that's great too. But understand, you can block with tonfas. Boom. Depending on your style, boom, 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 boom. You can block with tonfas. Block this way too. I don't recommend that block because it's not a very strong block, but these are also not real tonfas. So, but real tonfas are thicker. So that could work, but then you push off, then you gotta come back. That's too much work. Alright? So if you're gonna block, boom, then strike. If you're gonna block and then block, you're gonna have to block until you can get that strike in. So a lot of weapons have defects. Again, as I said about the nunchucks, I would say about the tonfas. Don't take these things into war and not know how to use them. Don't take these things into battle or anything else without knowing who you're fighting. Because if you're fighting somebody who knows something about tonfas, they swing this way and they block it. Tonfas cover, they should cover from a little over your hands all the way past your elbow. So they should go a little further than what that is right there. And that way it protects. However, someone's a little bit stronger than you and they're swinging their weapon and you block like this, your shit can still be broken. Your tonfas might not break. Your arms will probably break before your tonfas break, unless they got some really, really good shit. And your tonfas are really, really weak. And they haven't been filed and sanded enough. But tonfas are good weapons, but all weapons can be broken. Let's just put it that way. Swords can be broken too. You just got to be really good at doing it. So, you're blocking, guys coming in this way, you're blocking this way. This is a pretty decent block, but then you got to set up to get your retaliation in. And if you can't, then you're fucked. And above all else, do not block like this and then try to throw a kick, because you might actually do this and hurt yourself. So you don't want to do that. So now we're going to do a little bit of the chain work, and I think I'm going to do some rings. And then after that, I'm going to do some bound stuff, and I'm going to end the live. So hopefully that will be entertaining enough for y'all. And it's only because I'm losing light. Oh yeah. Before we do that, bonus weapons, chobos. Alright, so I'm not going to take long with this. As long as you are working short sticks, chobos, eskrima, whatever, you will never need for any representation other than in a fucking movie to do this. You see how this one went way off? Instead of staying like that. Now watch. Now, if you're practicing at home like that, fine. But if you get into a fucking fight and they pull out these sticks and y'all both got to do that, don't even bother trying to show off. Let the guy on the other side of the stick do that. Because the second that bell rings, or if it's no bell, and y'all got like a second or two to warm up, this asshole's doing this, boom, I'm throwing my chobo. As soon as they give it the okay, if he's sitting here doing this, twiddling his thumbs and trying to show me that he's got whirling skills, I don't care. I'm going to throw that stick. When you block it, I'm on you like stank on shit, and I'm going to beat the crap out of you with one of my sticks versus both of them. So, you got to be careful what you're doing. And for everybody who's teaching people martial arts, first, teach them the rule that everything can go wrong in a fight. The first time any one of your senseis tell you that nothing can go wrong in a fight, you're dead. Understand that shit. So many things can go wrong in a fight before anything goes right. As you saw, this thing the first time, it went way over there. You see how quickly I recovered that shit? Because I'm used to these things flying out my hand. I get into a fight, no one's going to give me that option. Another cheap thing that I'm probably going to tell you that I shouldn't. If you're fighting somebody with short sticks, with chobos, eskrima sticks, because they're longer, go for the hands. Don't try to go for the sticks outside of defending, like blocking. Boom, 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 boom. Go for the hands. Pow! Rack their hands. Because if you rack their hands, they're dropping their stick. After they drop that stick, boom, drop them. Don't play. If you got to fight with weapons, you cannot be playing with people. Understand that shit. You cannot be playing with people, especially with short sticks. These motherfuckers hurt. Mine are wrapped. You probably can't tell because there's no significant light, but if you see any bumps or ridges, it's not from damage. It's because I've wrapped them with rope under here, and then I taped the shit out of them with electrical tape. Alright, so these are my rings, and again, anything you guys missed, you can catch on Kung Fu Epic number 2. Again, the blue nunchucks were this Instagram one, and the red nunchucks are for you on TikTok. Instagram is my Friday Night Live. Can't talk today. It's my Friday Night Live. I meant to do this at work, but I left my weapons at home. So here we are. Now, first things first, in real life, you are not going to catch a jab in between both of these like this, so that your hand is caught like that, and then, you know, you got somebody's hand in there, and you got both your hands on the outside. It's not going to happen. In movie life, yeah, because you can make that shit look cool. In real life, no. So in real life, strike or block, boom, boom, and then strike. So this can be a block as well as a strike. It just depends on your opponent coming at you. And the reason why I'm standing from the side, because it'll look cooler for you to see the distance of my arm versus my stance also. So I'm doing Wing Chun, and I got my rings. This is not a proper way of holding my rings. This is the way I hold my rings, all right? Being taught properly, some people start here. I prefer here. I prefer my rings flat versus like this, all right? I wouldn't really know the opposite. I call it flat. You can call it whatever the hell you want, but I'm going to call it flat. So, for instance, if I step back, I can block it down and strike, or I can block it down and I can strike. Now, if I block it down and I strike this way, I'm going to hit you in the gut, I'm going to bend you over, I'm going to wrap this around your head, and I'm going to pull you to my knee. Alright, so boom, boom, boom. Kung Fu. Now if I want to do karate, it's the exact same shit. Boom, boom, opposite knee. Because this is where the power is going to come in versus directness. A lot of people have a different way of explaining Kung Fu and karate in the minor, minute, infinitesimal differences. They're very, very small. So for Kung Fu, because I do more Kung Fu than karate, be a strike to the gut, wrap it around your neck, pull to the closest knee, because it's going to be the directest thing that I can do because of what I was taught from Wing Chun. Now, as I am very versatile in most martial arts, if you want to do power and you want to do karate, it would be the same thing, boom, boom, bam, to the opposite knee, because you're going to add that power. And that power is going to add more power if you torque and shift that bitch in. Boom, boom, boom. Now, as you notice, my guard's still here. Why is my guard still here? Because your guard always needs to be there. Sometimes if you watch my videos, you will catch me slipping. You will catch my left guard down all the freaking time. But that's because I also train enough that I can catch that shit just in case. Now other video I did a demonstration, so I'll do it here too. For like 2, if you were doing crane, boom, so I'm striking, and I'm striking. This guy over here was the most dangerous, but this guy was the closest. So I struck him at the same time, kick, and then I turn and do here. So damn it, my alarm's going off. Okay. Now the thing is, all martial arts are taught differently, and you will evolve the skills that you have been taught. Right? Because you don't do the shit that your teacher does all the time. You will evolve it because your body and your teacher's bodies work differently. I had a hip replacement, so this hip doesn't work the way this hip works. Once this hip changes, they'll both work the same again, which means I'm probably going to suck ass. Alright? So from here, boom. Now, if he's throwing a low kick, I caught it with the butt of my end. Boom! He's throwing a strike over here, boom. So I've caught this, and I've caught that. This one's closer because my leg is longer than my arm. So, boom, boom, boom. I can re-engage with this guy. Hopefully my kick was strong enough to knock this guy for a loop, allowing me to get this guy, and then I can go back and re-engage with this guy if he gets up. Alright? I understand how fighting works. If you've never been jumped before, may God have mercy on you when you do. I've been jumped at least 2 or 3 times in my life. No one ever came back for another match. So understand I'm also 5'3". I'm the biggest target when I walk in the room. especially if I go into a club or anything, because everybody zooms right in on the shortest guy in the room and say, that's the guy I'm going to slam on the counter tonight. And I'm the guy who says, please try it. I hope you paid up your insurance tonight. I hope you paid your bar tab, because you're not going home the way you came in, because you underestimated me because I'm short. I already know that there's not a person on this planet that's not stronger than me because they're bigger. Does not mean that they can legitimately beat my ass. Now, they can legitimately beat my ass if I lay there and let that shit happen. Or if they catch me sleeping. Or if they clock me upside the back of my head with something. 2-on-1, we're good. 3-on-1 scenarios, not so much. I've never been jumped by 3 people. I take that back. I actually have been jumped by 3 people in middle school because they didn't know my martial arts was real, but they found out. I apologize for that. They know who they are. 2 Chris's and 1 Kitty. Anyway, if you happen to have multiple attackers, always remember, if you have 2 guys here, there's going to be a 3rd guy. This guy behind you is the most dangerous guy. You got 2 guys you're facing off. Swing back first. Even if there's no chance of anybody being there, swing back first. Because it's going to throw them off, because they're going to think, what the fuck was he doing? And they're not going to realize that you thought they had a 3rd guy. So, for all they know, this is what you look like you're about to do. But what you're really doing is, just so that if there's anybody there, that guy behind you is the most dangerous guy in the fight because you don't see him. You got 2 guys here. This guy here is the guy that's going to fuck you up. So, you got these 2. Whoop. Now, I got into this crane motion the same way. So, they're not even going to recognize it. If it's 2 and I go, whoop. Plus, I got rings. I never said they were armed. That's when weapons are going to be at your advantage. Most of the time, they're not. Honestly, truly, the guy, weapons generally don't really advantage the guy using them if they don't know how to use them. I would never take these things into a fight. I don't know what they're made of. They'll still hurt, but they're more likely going to break when I hit somebody. But also, targeting and training helps a lot. So, for Kempo, for those who've done Kempo, thank you. Elbows, kneecaps are my targets because that's what my sensei taught me. Maybe he taught it to me because I was small. Also, knuckle strikes on the backside of the hands. Boom, boom. Do what you gotta do. And again, if at all possible, don't bring weapons to a fight. They can be taken from you at any time. Now we're gonna do the yellow chain, and then we're going to do bound fighting. But I'm gonna have to go get a light so you guys will be able to see me on the cell phone. So 1 second. I will be right back. Okay, I'm losing light, so hopefully this helps a little bit. I don't know if the cell phone actually is showing light or not. Hello, brother. And I just screwed up touching this phone. Damn it. Oh dear. Yeah, this is the thing about messing with stuff when you shouldn't. Okay, I'm not going to touch the phone. So, we're going to do the chain, and then we're going to do bound fighting, and then I'm going to end the live before my phone falls and breaks. Okay, again, not real good with the meteor hammer or the rope dart, but I got some similar moves with this chain. Know how your weapon works, know how to stop it, kind of only want it to touch like the fat parts of your body, because you don't want to do anything that's going to hit you somewhere that's going to bring you down. Now, as far as range, this technically is mid-range, because from all the way back there to right here, I don't know if you guys can see the little thing there. That's full range. I don't need that because I'm short. Yes, I love being short. Means I never have to duck. Now, if you're going to work your chain, you need to know how to work the chain. Also, knowing how to stop the chain is key. So wrapping it this way would technically be short range. Boom, boom. It also gives me the advantage of getting it off. I got too close to the phone, sorry. There's also a hole over here, like right there. So I have to watch where I switch. Now, this way, see how I switch my hands. More. Woo. Yeah, that stung. Show must go on. Woo. It didn't hit my privates. It came pretty close though. You would have known if it hit my privates. Because what you would have saw would have been, whoo. That also would have probably ended alive really freaking quickly. But yeah, knowing how to stop this weapon while it's in your hands is important. The question is, will you be able to stop it in someone else's hands? Which is another reason why I say this is why you don't bring weapons to a fight. If I'm fighting a guy who has meteor hammer or rope that experience, this is no good to me. This is no good to me. Because anything that he can do with this shit, I can't. Rope hammer, meteor hammer, those are the guys that just grab it like that and then launch it back out. Yeah, my legs don't work. So that's just not going to work for me. But this, I can do all day. Now the meteor hammer will probably try to cut through the middle. So I have to bat it away. There's probably slim to zero chance of that fucking happening. That's the reality of that shit. So if I'm going against a guy with a meteor hammer, he has long range. Same thing with a rope dart. I gotta be able to cut that shit short. If I don't know how to do that, that meteor hammer and that rope dart is putting me to sleep. Or it's putting me in the morgue. So you gotta be real careful with what you bring into combat. Or what you take out of combat. Okay, so we're gonna do the bound fighting. Then I'm gonna end the live so I can go post the videos on YouTube. So, this is the bound fighting. Please do not attempt any of the following shit that you saw before this and this. So first, I'm going to show you your blocks with your hands in front of you. Because your blocks behind you are exceptionally fucking limited. And when I say that, it really counts on your flexibility. Some shit that I no longer have. So, for further reference, before anybody asks, if you have not been trained, in the years of the 70s and 80s, this shit is not going to be understandable. Alright? I was born in 73. I've been doing martial arts since I was fucking 7 years old. You do the math. So, when I started learning how to fight with my hands tied behind my back, I was like around 11 or 12. We're going to say 12 because I like odd numbers and 12 is an even number. So, we're going to say 12. Alright? because I usually tell people it was 12. Now, learning your blocks. High right, medium with knee, low. High left, medium with knee, low. Those are the most important blocks because you're going to need them. And yes, 9 times out of 10, it's going to go this way. You're going to bat it away instead of like, trying to sidestep and get it over here. But most of these blocks pertain to kicks versus punches. But boom, 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 you'll get the message if anybody's ever kicking you. But again, there's never going to be a point in time in your life where you're going to use this. Here's another, what you're not going to do. I'll go this way so you can see it better. Boom. You're not going to do that. You're not going to do this. Your balance is off. Your balance is a lot better doing it this way than behind you. You're not going to do this. Okay? Because your balance is still off. It gets worse. So, first wedgie. So my hands are behind me, they're tied. That's my range. That's my range. That's my block. That's my block. Clearly y'all see the fucking problem. Okay? If you don't see the problem, and I'm sorry for swearing, the problem is range. If I don't squat and duck, I'm pretty much screwed. Again, what are you not going to do? You are not going to do the jumping front karate kick because your balance is off. Now it's okay if you do a front kick because you still got that leg right there. Someone's coming at you, boom. I'm only going to tell you this once. Target this. Not this, this. Now if you can get a side kick, target the throat. So they're coming at you, boom. But now you also got to worry about timing and range. This is what you're not going to do. Let's hope I don't break my arm or fall. Okay, you see how bad that looked? It's going to look a lot worse when you miss. Same thing with this tornado kick. Can't get my balance right. So those kicks are not going to be something you're going to do. And you're not going to do this one. See how hard it is for me to get that bitch to work around? Those are why you're not going to do that. Because you're going to get hurt. Guy's coming at you. You want him to go this way. You're going to use an outside to inside crescent kick with your left foot. Boom! You sent him in this direction, you run this direction. If you're not left-footed, you're going to do an inside to outside crescent kick with your right foot. Boom! You send him in this direction, you go in this direction. Why? Because your hands are tied behind your back. Your hands are tied behind your back. It makes defending yourself almost impossible. I'm not going to say it's impossible, but it's damn near impossible, especially if you don't have any training. And I say again, when the hell will you ever have this happen to you in life where you have to have your hands tied behind you? Okay? It's never going to happen unless you're living one hellaciously life. And if you're doing that, I don't want to be a part of it unless I'm getting paid a lot. Now, the reason why we train with our hands behind our back first, before I get you into doing the shit in the front, is because this is the most difficult part. Alright? If you watch me from my backside, you have to understand that my body is not set the way it should be set. It does not matter if I'm on balanced ground, which is just flat ground, or if I'm on grass. I have to accommodate myself to step. Guys coming at me, boom, my side step. I can knee him, but I got to be able to time it right. If I don't time it right, it's going to go whoop, and I'm going to fall. If I time it right, boom, I can knee him. What can I do from there? Absolutely nothing really. Because I can knee him, boom. And if he goes down, I can probably kick him. But after I knee him, I should be looking for an escape route because my hands are tied. I know that doesn't sound very heroic. Here's the thing. You want to be a living hero or a non-living hero. Because if you need somebody and your hands are tied, boom, you got like not a whole lot of options. Versus when your hands are this way. And they're coming at you and you sidestep, boom, you right knee them, boom, elbow them. This was Kung Fu. Now I will show you that minor incontestable difference of karate. They're coming at you, boom. You right knee them, boom. You left elbow them in the spine. As I did in YouTube and Instagram, both. You want to nail them in between the shoulder blades. Because the back of the neck is too small of a target. Alright? Now if you're going to do Kung Fu, again, boom, boom, boom. I switched to karate with the last hit because it was more convenient and more powerful. But if you want to keep it Kung Fu, boom, boom, boom. Now, the fun part about having your hands tied is you got to learn how to work those some bitches together. You know, as you remember the blocks, high, medium, medium, low, high, medium, medium, low. The second medium, I left off the word knee. I'm losing light, so I need to speed this shit up. Again, if you're not a good fighter, you see your exit plan. Your exit is over there. You want your opponent to go over there. So he's coming at you, inside to outside crescent kick. Boom! Why? Because you can also do it as a tie round. If you use a tie round, it's the same damn thing. Your foot's just a little different. So if you do a tie fighting, you do a tie round, boom! You know, inside outside crescent kick, your foot's different. With that tie round, your foot's pointed way out. With that inside outside, your foot's flat. Alright? So in case you didn't see it, watch my foot. Let me go slow. Watch the foot. It's pointed. Now for the crescent kick, it's flat. So I'm hitting with the instep of my foot. Top instep for the tie kick. Base instep for the crescent kick. I'm sending him this way because my exit strategy is to go that way. Okay? If it was the opposite, same thing with the left leg. Inside to outside. Boom. I set him this way. I fucked up a little because I over-rotated, but I can still pop and go. Alright? Now, I can also do it with that tie round. Boom. You know? So, a lot of things I've left off, but they're kind of common sense, but I'm going to touch on them right now. The height of your opponent's also going to affect your kick. Alright? The height, the body mass index, that shit's going to affect your kick. However, most of your basic kicks are stronger than your fancy shit. Alright? So you don't want to do anything fancy in a fight. You want to keep that shit basic. I hope that I taught you guys something. I am losing the light, so I'm going to end this live for tonight. I am Echo Fan Grey Wolf. This is Kung Fu Family number 2, and this is my TikTok. Thank you guys for allowing me to take your time, and I will see you guys later. Brother Broly, my new friend that I made last night, I hope you guys are doing well. I'm going to end it so I can go post my YouTube channel. I thank you guys for allowing me in your life for today. Have a great day. I'm attempting to end the live. Plus my battery's dying. Oh, for the love of God, that's not what's supposed to happen. Discard. Discard. Okay, for everybody who just attended my live, I apologize that I couldn't get the invite to work. And secondly, my battery is like down to like 20-something%. So that's the other reason why I had to end the live. But I do night shows when the weather breaks. And I do owe somebody on YouTube who I'm still recording. Damn it.